when you're ready.
So, hi everyone, I'm Corinne Markey. You may have remembered me from the past week with Blue Enough. This is sitting right there. So tonight I'd like to talk to you all about the Budweiser commercials. Show of hands, how many of you have seen them? The big horses, recently with the puppy. Yeah. So, do you remember the huge horses? Those are known as Clydesdales. The Budweiser company is one of the longest lasting beer companies in America. It has always been built as with rich traditions, and the Clydesdales are known as one of the most longest traditions held in the advertising companies. And tonight I shall teach you all about the history behind the Clydesdales seen in these commercials, and give you some details on the breeding behind them, as well as the ranches that hold them, as well as tell you some of the qualification it takes for all the horses, the team members, as well as the dogs that are on the wagons to qualify to be on the Budweiser pitch team. So to kick off this speech, I will begin by giving you a brief background details on the Clydesdales as a whole. They originated from Scotland. They were bred with great Flemish horses, with local horses within the community. They, according to the Encyclopedia of Historic and Endangered Livestock and Poultry Species, the Clydesdales and the hitch were given as a gift by August A. Bush to his father as a celebration of the repeal of the Prohibition. Their family had had their own family brewery, but they had to stop selling their beer as a result of the Prohibition. So to celebrate, he gave them the horses, and there were 6 horses attached to a wagon. And the horses, they were sent around the world, around the United States, and they made different deliveries, and one of the most important and significant ones was to the White House, to President Franklin Roosevelt, and they delivered beer to him too. And their horses, after that, were kept on their Grants Farm, which is their family facility, located in Missouri. And according to Anheuser-Busch.com, the horses continue to make appearances around the United States and still make appearances today, and also hold different performances. To carry the horses, they have 3 50-foot-long tractor trailers, and they hold the 10 horses that they bring, the different equipment needed, such as the harnesses and the bridles for the horses, as well as including the wagon, which is pretty big. It has it's gold and white and red, and it's seen in most of the commercials. And next I will talk about the facilities in which the Budweiser Clydesdales are bred. According to the Encyclopedia of Historic and Endangered Poultry and Livestock Breeds, the Clydesdale breed was close to extinction prior to the August Bush family buying the Clydesdales. When the Clydesdales came to the United States, the Percheron and the other draft breeds were more popular because they were much stronger and had a better conformation compared to the Clydesdales, whereas the Clydesdales were more known for showing and stuff because they looked more pretty. And so due to that, their lack of popularity within the United States, their breed almost died out. But the August Bush family, with their Clydesdales, they joined in with other Clydesdale breeding families, and they were able to repopulate the breed after being seen around the United States. And the Bush family owned many of the male horses, and they were able to breed with other mares within the city. And the Clydesdales are still vastly bred today, and they are most popular at the Warm Springs Ranch, which is owned by the family and has been carried on with tradition in Missouri. And it offers tours to the public, so if you're ever in Missouri, want a tour, you get a VIP tour, which costs $500 with a group up to 16 people. But with the tour, you get a tour of the ranch, which takes about an hour and a half. And you also get a sample of the Budweiser beer, except for on Sundays, because it's a Christian thing. I think not too big on Sundays for them. And also you get a photo with one of the horses. And about 30 to 40 foals are born, which are baby horses, every season, which is a pretty big, decent amount, and they have hundreds of horses there. And next, I will talk to you about the qualification to actually make the Budweiser team. Even though they have all of those baby horses born each season, not all of them qualify to actually be on the team. So, according to the WarmSpringsRanch.com, a Clydesdale must reach certain requirements in order to qualify for the team. So, some of these requirements include being at least 6 feet tall, which is a little bit bigger than me, and they must be at least 4 years old. They have to have the dark brown fur, the white markings on their legs, which go probably up to the middle of their leg. And they also must have a black mane and tail and weigh between 1,800 to 2,300 pounds. That's enough weight so they can have enough strength to carry the hitch and the wagon and stuff. And to help them get to that weight, they have to eat at least approximately 20 to 25 quarts of like grain and minerals and vitamins. And they also eat to 50 to 60 pounds of hay, as well as drink 30 gallons of water per day. So all of those horses combined, that's a lot of stuff they have to take in every day. And the Clydesdales on the teams, if they qualify for the team, they're given pretty short names, so the drivers, when they're commanding them, they can actually hear them better. So their names, some examples are like Bud, Mark, Duke, and stuff like that. And it'll assist the driver with performances. And in addition to the horses, most people don't see like the people behind the scenes as significant, but the drivers are pretty important. They have to go through vigorous training in order to control the cart, which applies about 75 pounds of weight like whenever they're controlling it. And they also must go through, I think the training takes months before you can actually qualify to be a Budweiser driver. And even the handlers have to meet certain requirements because they have to apply like around the clock care for the horses. So they have to like travel 10 months at a time with the horses and just stay in the barn with them whenever they can. And the beer wagons, which are also important, they're kept in top condition. They have 2 braking systems which help the drivers with the performance. So that way when they make turns or they go downhill, they don't like lose control and the horses aren't damaged or affected by it. And if you maybe remember some commercials, they have a Dalmatian there, which may seem random, but since like the 1950s, it provided like companionship for the horses and would run in between the wheels and stuff of the wagon, and would be like known as very loyal dogs, and they now sit proudly next to the driver during any performances. And so, in conclusion, today I hope you have all received some background information regarding the Clydesdales, and I hope that you have gained maybe a little more knowledge about the company and the importance of the advertisements, as they have been able to not only like create an interesting way to advertise for their beer, but it's also family friendly, so like children can watch the commercials and enjoy it as well. And so I hope after this, it encourages you to go on YouTube, maybe if you're bored, look at these rather adorable commercials, and always remember to drink responsibly.